How you doing, people? Hope you're well. Hope you're feeling good, looking good, all that stuff. Okay, what's on the menu today? Today I'm going to have a bit of a mix. I'm going to have a go at some 6-count burpees and some of my 5-pump burpees with the heels to backside jump. Now, for the 6 counts, I'd had a very short comment exchange with Max at Busy Dad, and he's having a little bit of a reboot at the moment with his 6 counts, and he's taken the path of reducing the number of reps in his 20-minute period to reboot his system, have a sort of a medium to active rest. One of the suggestions I made was to go the other way and to try and increase the intensity. Difficult sometimes to know which route is the best. You never know quite how stale someone's become or how fatigued someone's become. But I thought I'd have a little go at that myself. So in other words, I thought I would have a go at the 6 counts at 325 in 20-minute pace for, let's say, 10 minutes, just to get a taster of the pace that's required to get 325 in 20 minutes, which Busy Dad training stipulates as graduation for the 6 counts. I'll do that for a while, then I'll have a go at the 5-pump Navy SEALs with the heels to backside jump. Probably do about 50 of those. How am I feeling today? Fantastic. Okay, so that is my no excuses standard reply before a workout. But the reality is this was a session off the back of a few bad nights sleep. The wife hasn't been well this week, recovering well now actually, but just meant a few more domestic obligations plus deadlines with some other work, blah de blah, no one wants to hear it. But in your own body assessment going into a workout, these things do need to be considered. So the plan was actually to do some 6-count burpees at a rate of 325 in 20 minutes, which is 16.25 burpees per minute. It's actually the first time I've ever attempted a series of consecutive 6-count burpees, believe it or not, where I just do the 6 counts and nothing else. I guess the idea was as a suggestion to Max at Busy Dad, who takes his training very seriously, as we should all do, and was getting a little despondent with his numbers going down. So he embarked on a sort of reboot to lower the reps in his standard session and build back up. I guess to sort of reset the clock, and it also acts as a form of rest in that it's an easier period in his training. My suggestion was that an alternative way to approach it could be firstly to rest a few days, then only go at the 6-count sessions at the 325 per 20-minute pace. So you do as many as you can at that pace and try to push longer and longer as the sessions progress. That way your body becomes more and more familiar with 325 pace and should get fitter and better at it over time. So then there was going to be a little demonstration to go hand in hand with that theory. Of course, life doesn't always happen like that. So even though I had this plan for today, needing to be fairly sharp, instead I'm about as sharp as the top of my cap. So you think, okay, I won't bother filming today, but we'll still train. But then I thought, no, it is important to discuss the topic of training when you are fatigued. Something which I'm very familiar with over the years, and you people will be as well, I'm sure. But also something that I have discovered, which is quite interesting. And that is that basically, even though you can be very fatigued going into a session, assuming you're not ill or injured, if you can still squeeze out just even 1 minute of quality, something with a good degree of intensity, it does seem to have a form of overload above and beyond the norm, because the muscles and your system are already under fatigue. So a little intensity on that already fatigued system, I found, had a significant training effect. I mean, the number of times when I used to train on this long series of steps back in the day, that I would go up them and feel like a slug, just so slow, and think, okay, I'll just try and do a really good fast last one, or one fast one in the middle. And a couple of days later, I was flying. So I guess the point I'm making is that when you're in a fatigued training session, if you can squeeze in even just 1 minute's worth of higher intensity, that can have a bigger training effect than the whole session when it's just a ploddy, steady session. So my own attempt at this intensity, this hard minute, was right at the end of the 5-pump Navy SEALs, where I went for it on the last minute. And that last minute will have got my heart rate higher than at any other point in the workout and put the muscles under the most strain. So obviously I don't advocate this if you feel close to injury or are injured or ill. I suppose that also brings me around to the subject of training every day, where that sort of fatigue is commonplace. Obviously people train for many reasons, physical and psychological, but if someone trains every day, it's a little trickier to create a peak performance because they're nearly always fatigued and it's easy to get stale and then injured. So easy days and active rest days have to play quite a big part. I do think though that, again referencing Max at Busy Dad, if your reps of burpees are not increasing, not to get despondent. The important thing is that the maximum effort, or well, a peak effort, let's say, because on a particular day you can only put in your best effort. But if you do a best effort regularly, that does constitute a successful session and it becomes a habit, and you'll eventually get where you need to be at that maximum effort or peak effort philosophy. Remember, to get super fit, it's super quality training and super quality rest. So at some point, rest must be a part of the equation. But it's a subject for another video there as well, perhaps. Anyway, maybe have a look at my last minute blast on the SEALs. I think I put it in the chapters. I think I'll do this session again at some point actually, but fresher, to see just exactly how much the difference was between fresh and fatigued. So on that note, I will leave you with this thought, and that thought is, a healthy person has 1,000 wishes. A sick person only has one. So stay well and see you in the next one. Okay, I'm going to try and get the last 5 in 1 minute. I'm sort of thinking it was in 20 minutes, but it goes over 20 minutes.
I've been coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Yeah, I go so yo. Everybody know I'm on it. You know when they click through to the send it's about to be a slow beat run. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. Drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody drop when I'm in it. Yeah, I go so yo. Everybody know I'm on. You know when they click through to the send it's about to be a run.
Okay, good session. Another one in the bank. Definitely have another go at that one, I think. Keep training hard, keep grinding it out. See you in the next one.